Hello, viewers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are from. This is your host, Aijaz Qureshi, all the way from Toronto, Canada, with today's brand new episode of the Aijaz Qureshi Show. Welcome to all the viewers who are watching us live on YouTube channel as well as on Twitch television. Thank you so much for joining. Today's show is a very special one because I have a very special whiz kid on my show today, and he's a mastermind of latest computer technologies and mental math skills. He's an amazing person, none other than Husayn Zain Gokal. Husayn Zain Gokal is from Dubai, UAE, and he is just 13 and a half years old. So he just turned into a teenager, and he is doing some wonders in this world. Let me share a little information. Most of the information is already available in the caption of this video that you can definitely take a look at. And but let me tell you that he has grown up studying English with an American accent, and he calculates faster than a calculator through a Chinese mental math system, and he solves 3 by 3 Rubik's cube in just less than 55 seconds, in less than a minute. And he solves a 9 by 9 gigamix as well, with the typing speed of 135 words per minute. That's quite a speed, and that is with no errors, zero errors, 100% perfection. That's what he does. And he is an ethical hacker, and beside cloud computing, he is good in Internet of Things and artificial intelligence. He's working for multiple international companies, being at that age, and he has done some certifications in information technology, and he is creating some amazing scripts and slides, and some voice to create some piece of work that is taken by the international companies. Without further ado, let's welcome our guest, Husayn Zain Gokal.
Right.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for hopping on the show. I really admire. First of all, let me tell you that I was really impressed when I came to know your skill set. And Firdaus Fatma, I would definitely be very thankful to her for introducing your dad Zain to me, and yourself. And then Zain Saab sent me the details about you, and you are here today on my show. So thank you so much for that.
All right.
Awesome, awesome. So before we head to the topic, and we have a very interesting topic today to talk about, but let me ask you, let me take you to, you're still a kid, you're still a child, but if I take you to your early childhood, like 3, 4 years old, Husayn Zain, what comes to your mind?
So probably a lot of computers. So when I was 3 or 4 years old, I loved watching YouTube videos on the phone. It's kind of like an addiction, I guess you could say, that I had for since I was 3 or 4. I actually got my glasses when I was about 5 or 6 years old.
Oh,
Dangerously young, but I mean,
yeah.
yeah. So I was probably watching like Coco Melon or some kind of show like that when I was younger. I mean, I probably didn't watch tech channels at the time, I'm
Uh-huh.
guessing. So, but these days, if I'm on YouTube, I mostly watch tech channels, usual phone reviews, you have computer reviews, you have like latest technologies coming out like blockchain, quantum computing. I research on them a lot, actually.
Okay. That's wonderful.
So
That's wonderful.
that's something that comes to mind mainly because I was, I guess, an addict. Other than that, when I think about my young ages, I would probably think of, well, we lived in like a joint family, so a huge family in Pakistan. We shifted to the UAE when I was 3 or 4 as well. So that was like,
Mm,
I guess, a beginning of a new life because my parents have, I'll just be honest, they haven't been that rich, and it was like a completely new experience for them to shift
Sure.
into the UAE. Yeah, pretty much
Awesome.
it.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. So, what inspired you to do all that, what you do today?
A challenge actually. So when I tell most people this story, they're pretty shocked actually. So when I was doing my O levels preparation about maybe 1.5 years ago,
Mm,
uh, so I was attending a tuition center because I didn't like going to schools normally.
mm,
So what I did instead was I was studying privately for my O level exams using the books and whatever other tutors I could find. So I was at a center at the time.
mm,
So there's this guy. He was 17.5 years old, from what he
mm,
told me.
mm,
And so what actually happened was he um, challenged me, I guess, to like learn programming as best as much as I do, because apparently he said that like, oh, come on, you're 13, you can't be as good as me. Like
mm.
he was, I guess you could say, proud. He was a JavaScript developer, if anyone's interested. He made these simple like web application. He was a very fast typer, actually, 124 words per minute.
Oh,
So definitely very intimidated at the time. But about 3 months after, when I actually quit the campus because I don't like being with people who don't get me. Not a
mm,
lot of people get me. I'm more of a just do it myself kind of guy. So I just quit the campus and started preparing myself. But I actually started learning HTML and CSS at the time. So
oh,
two
wow.
major programming languages for web development. I learned pretty much like I would say 75% of the basics in 2 months. So 3 to 4 hours a day, I was just at it. I honestly missed my food most of the time. Even I do these days. So I didn't really care about that. I was just like, okay, I need to do this. I'm gonna do this. That's pretty much it.
That,
So
that's a
uh,
determination, actually.
yeah,
Yes.
determination, exactly. It's even worse now, actually. I remember a few days ago, I woke up in the morning at like 8 a.m. I started just grinding away at work. It was like, I'm pretty sure like 5 or 6 p.m. And my mom was like, wait, you haven't eaten breakfast or lunch yet. Are you not
Really?
hungry? And then I
Oh,
was like,
my
oh,
God.
wait, yeah, oh, wait, it's 6 p.m. And then the second I thought that I realized that I'm actually hungry. So I was like, okay, yeah, give me some food. I'll just eat it quickly and get back to work. Happened more times than I like
Yeah.
to admit. Yeah.
So you can call yourself a workaholic, definitely. You are. Yeah, I used to be like that, but then I realized I remember there was a project that I had to deliver, and the deadline was around the corner, and we didn't finish all the work that was supposed to be delivered. So I
Mhm.
stayed in the office for 3 days straight without going to home. And one night, the third night, everybody was gone, and I was still finishing up few things that was left over. Next morning was delivery, and then I fainted and I fell on the floor, and there was nobody to to really take care of me. And next morning when the staff came and they saw me on the floor, they took me and you know. But yeah, being workaholic is sometimes it could be dangerous as well.
Yeah, it is.
Now,
Definitely.
as they say, that we have to manage our work and life balance. Actually,
Mhm.
that's really important because if you're working, then your own life, your personal life, gets impacted. You're alone. You're single. You're just 13 and a half, growing up. But when you get to a point when you're a married man with kids and family, and if you do that at that time, it becomes challenging for everybody in the family. Isn't
Mhm.
that right? Yeah,
I guess so, but I mean, if I would consider myself in that position, I'd probably be, I would find some way to just continue my studies and stuff and my researching, my
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Because if you have a passion, you have to just go at it. You can't
that's right.
stop for anyone.
That's right. That's right. So you're doing IoT as well, and IoT is on the rise as these days. Things are being connected, and all these devices they're becoming smart devices and talking to the internet and talking to their different hubs. And what inspired you to look into the artificial intelligence and IoT actually?
So there's a program by the president of Pakistan. His name's Adil Altaf, if you've heard of him. So he's created this program called PIAIC,
Yes,
Presidential Initiative for Artificial Intelligence and Computing.
yes, yes.
So it's actually a program meant for people above 17 or 18. So I kind of just pushed my luck.
Mm,
When I said I was preparing for my O-level examination, so what
mhm.
actually happened was I didn't get to do the exam because I was supposed to do it last year, so 2020 March.
Okay.
But couldn't do it because COVID. So those plans were stopped. I still had the papers because I registered and stuff. So I just slapped those on the form and just sent it off and just hope that okay, if I get accepted, it's amazing. It's a 1 year. For those who don't know, it's a 1 year program. Four courses available. So we have AI, IoT, CNC or cloud native computing,
Mm,
and blockchain. So I registered for AI, IoT, and cloud computing. You're actually meant to take like one or two because the workload's pretty high, but because of like the fact that I can't do my O levels anymore, I'm kind of like at a stuck position. And I kind of knew, just there was something in my head that said, okay, you're probably not going to be able to do your examinations for at least like 2 years now because this COVID thing started and it's not going to end anytime soon. And I doubt the British Council is going to be nice enough to allow you to do your exam online. I mean, 1 year in and my hypothesis is still correct. So I just focus all my time into that. I got accepted somehow.
wow, that's amazing.
So no fakes, nothing. I will admit I have done a few lies about my age here and there, not in uh, like huge firms or something. At least for now, I'm getting older by the time, so that won't be a problem anymore. But I have done it a few times to get some free courses here and there. I've also done the infamous free trial trick where you enter a fake credit card number and you get registered, and then for 14 days it can't charge again, so the account's gone. But I finished the course in like 2 days, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good. We have a few comments here. S&Q is with us saying Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam. Thank you so much for hopping and saying, MashaAllah, very talented. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much
Thank
for your comment and appreciation. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Great, great, great. So all that is going on, and you're doing AI and you're doing IoT. Um, you are a programmer as well, and what languages do you program in?
The reason I don't like telling people this is because that programmers honestly, just as a species, I guess you could say, are very judgmental, at least in my opinion. So most I've seen on articles or whatever, like everyone's just trying to say that okay, no, I'm right, no, you're right, no, I'm right. So there's no in between in the programming community for some reason. So I know a lot of languages.
Hmm,
I would say that I know 10, but that does not mean that I'm like a master in all 10 of them.
hmm,
If I would have to choose a few for mastery level,
hmm.
so I would probably just choose like three off the bat: HTML and CSS, as I mentioned before, Python, and actually one more which I started learning about 6 months ago in the same IoT course. It's called Rust. It's a
Rust,
very young
Rust.
programming language.
Yes.
Uh, it's, I guess you could say, an alternative to C. It's meant to be a very hard programming language, and I'm definitely finding it very hard. But it's still a very unique programming language, and the opportunities it brings for embedded level system developing options, it's very very impressive. So I definitely want to focus my attention on that language, and I'm sure it'll go somewhere in the future. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's great. Why I asked was because I myself I started my career, IT career, back in 1976 as a programmer,
Oh,
and
okay.
started with assembly language. That's the that is still the language behind the scene. No matter what you do on the front end, if it is drag and drop, graphical, Rust, or Ruby on Rails, or whatever, what have you. But behind the scene, when the that programming language instructs the CPU, that it still understands the language of 0 and 1, and that is the assembly and binary language. And it was fun. It was fun.
I
And
actually
yeah.
I guess I chose a unique way to get into assembly language and like lower level programming.
Mm.
I'm just starting out, like probably like a week, I guess you could say.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, so I'm putting my approach to learning this in a way using quantum computing. So
Hmm.
again, for those who don't know, quantum computing is a new method of computation that's invented
Yes.
using physics and just super cold sub-zero temperatures. So
Hmm.
just an example, so I think from what I remember, 86 millikelvin is the optimal temperature for a QPU, or a quantum processing unit, to do computations. It's much faster than normal computers. I won't get into the algorithms and the theory of it, but it's very much faster. The only problem is you need to put it in very cold temperatures. So I'm kind of just studying the current programming language we have for that, which is the Q hash, so, or Q sharp by Microsoft. uh, I'll be honest, it's a horrible programming language. It's so badly made. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Like, for those who know programming, simple constructs like booleans, chars, and integers and stuff, they're not even usable. Apparently, they're systematically used, so you can just use like modified versions of them. But again, I don't really understand the internal, so I can't judge much. But still, I mean, you could have made this better. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I still remember back in 70s and early 80s, growing up in IT. We had assembly, and then there was another language, RPG, that
Mhm.
was running. So assembly used to run on mainframes and mid-size frames, and then RPG also ran on mainframes and mid-size computers. And then came COBOL, and COBOL was English-like language, and it was a lot easier to program in COBOL than programming in assembly or RPG. So that was the adoption and change happened, and then 4GLs came, and nowadays you even don't need programming skills with Microsoft, apps and Power Apps and Power BI and things like that. You can do uh, everything by drag and drop and with minimal programming effort. So yeah, things have changed really. They have computer programming has come a long way these days. Awesome. What's the story with this Yummy company that you work with? How did that happen?
It's actually my dad's boss.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
so I met with him a few
Yeah.
times in the beginning, that is. So he actually, we just talked a little. Like, okay, I'll admit, the first time he came into the office, there's like a stereotype with Arabs for some reason, at least in the UAE. I'm not sure about others, but there's
Mm.
like this stereotype that I imagine in my mind, that they're like snobby douches, I guess. For some reason, most Arabs that I've seen, they're pretty much like that. But at the same time, like when I saw him, I was like, I kind of try to avoid him, but then I met him like two or three times, and he's actually probably the most well-minded or educated Arab that I've seen in a while.
Wow.
I'll be honest. So he's running a company in Dubai. It's like a chartering cargo company. So he's working with another company in Yemen. So I'm not sure if it's his or he's like a partner or whatever.
Mm, mm,
But he actually asked me to develop some Docker or Kubernetes containers for the side company.
okay.
If you don't know what that is, it's basically another way to deploy applications. So I'm kind of just working on that. They have a server built in, and I want to secure it, and it's all stuff that's going on. But we have a pretty good relationship now. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. By the way, just FYI, I'm very much up to speed on IT, and I know Kubernetes and Docker. Definitely, I do.
Mhm.
So thank you so much.
It's great to hear
Awesome.
that. Like senior, I guess. Can I call you senior citizen? I mean, not
You
offend you.
can very much call me senior citizen. Yes,
Mhm.
of course.
Well, yeah. So like for senior citizens and stuff, like seeing them engaging with the youngins with all of this technology stuff, I like it. I feel happy. I like it.
Awesome. 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 Absolutely. No, technology always fascinated me. Back in 1976, those were the stone age of the computers. We never saw a computer. We saw a mainframe only in Abbey Bank Plaza in
Mhm.
Karachi from very far away. That was huge, like cupboards sitting in a room, and that about it. I used to program on paper, and that was got sent to IBM Abbey Bank Plaza. They would key it in, and then we would get our punch card deck back from that, and we would debug the program on those punch cards, and then
Right.
fix it. And yeah. So technology has come a long way. Awesome, awesome. you're a swimmer as well. What level of swimming do you do? Do you do butterfly, reverse butterfly, or
Uh, so I'll admit I don't know many styles. I just focus on two, just like back, I guess. For some reason, whenever I try to say like swimming terms, I always say back and front end for
yeah,
some reason. Like programming's mixed into my mind now with
and front
everything
end?
back and front end.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but basically, front style for swimming and then you have the
Yeah.
back style. I forgot that actual names now. But yeah, I mainly just focus on these two, nothing much. I'm trying to learn the butterfly, but I'm finding it unusually hard. Everyone said that like, come on, it's so easy. And I'm like, no, I can't get it. It's like how can you do that frog movement with your leg? It's
Yeah.
confusing to me. I'm
Awesome.
working on it.
Awesome. Great. So, what is your timing on 9 by 9 gigamix actually?
Okay, so for anyone who has done cubing for a while, they can probably give a pretty good estimate. So for those who don't know, they'll be pretty surprised. I can actually show you the cube. So I have my cube bag here. This
Yeah.
is a gigamite, a
It's a gig.
gigamint here.
Yes. Yeah.
You can see it. So this has, I'm pretty sure this is a dodecahedron. The word's so long that I forgot the number of
How
sides.
many
So
sides it has, by the way?
yeah, that's what I just said. It's first of all, it's called a dodecahedron, so the name's very, very complex. I think it has 12 sides, right? Yeah, yeah,
12
yeah,
sides.
12
Okay.
sides.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I actually calculated the pieces. I forgot how many there were on each side, but from what I remember, it's like maybe 3,000 something pieces on this,
Wow.
like individual pieces. You're supposed to, just use formulas and join them all together, but it takes
Hmm.
roughly 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. So,
I have this one too.
yeah,
This is the 9 by 9 you were talking about.
9 by 9.
I got so frustrated trying to solve this that I mean I just left it at this. This has been sitting here for 6 months. Uh, but yeah, this takes roughly the same time, 3 to 4 hours. Yeah.
Awesome. 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 So let's work on that 3 by 3 that you got. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull a timer here.
I'll shuffle it because okay, this is a pretty weird conception, but for some reason people think that you can like memorize the number of rotations you do with the 3 by 3. But I mean that's pretty much almost impossible. So just take my word for it. I'm shuffling it without any sort of
Yeah, let's
formula.
shuffle and then
And-
let me start the timer, and then whenever you're ready,
Yep.
we'll do it stopwatch. Here it is. Okay. So you shuffled it. So you can let me do this. Let me do a few things here so that people can see. Let me make you solo here on the screen. I'm still here. We'll be talking to you. Won't be on the camera, but so that people can see you doing this. All right. So here we go. And whenever you say, you start.
Okay. And start. Done.
Awesome. 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 So that was uh, about a minute. So that wasn't too bad, actually.
Keep in
55.
mind that 55 is actually my record. Like
Yes.
I've never done it faster than that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So this is not bad at all. I'm really impressed. So that's
Just
an amazing.
the proof. Completely
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's completely done. Yes. 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 Awesome. 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 So thank you so much for doing that. Let's show viewers some of your mental math kind of skills.
Okay.
As I told you, I failed in math and failed. I just got like 33. that was the required marks to just get past. So that's, I wouldn't call it fail, but I consider it fail because 33 is just like on the borderline to get that paper clear. All right, so we'll do. You can do one digit add and subtract and things like that. But we'll do.
Mhm.
We'll put you in trouble here by asking you to do like a two digit at least.
Mhm.
Math. And I have a calculator here on my mobile here just to validate whether the answer is correct or wrong. So let's do this. Let's add 56 to 37.
93.
93. Oh my goodness. Yes, you're right. You're right. And viewers, I just did here, it's 93. So that's really amazing. Let me just clear it. All right. So now let's do 96 plus 53, 52, sorry,
148.
148. You're absolutely right. All right. So let's do 31 and 68.
Okay, 99.
99. That's correct. Wow. That's really amazing. So that I'm not
You
going to.
can do more numbers in that. I'm just saying, but yeah, you can.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. Wonderful. So viewers, you saw Hussein doing mental math. This is really amazing, amazing, amazing. You're studying from UK and
Mhm.
uh, further studies. What's your plan for doing further studies, and what field you want to go and do a degree in?
Right. So, further studies. That's something that a lot of my family members, other than my mom and dad, ask me a lot.
Hmm.
My mom and dad even sometimes are like, "Okay, so what do you want to actually do in the future?" And I'm like, I don't know. I do not know. I don't know what to do. What I want to do. What I'm doing right now, or what I've been doing for the past 1.5 years since I started, was I've just been, I guess you could say, switching between different technologies and stuff like the 10 languages I told you about.
Hmm.
No sane person would ever try to learn 10 languages for any reason. That is completely stupid, but I still spend my time on that because I don't want to pick a field and then a year later switch it, because I don't want to waste my time on effort that I might not like after. Like, if there's a field that I know that I'll just love and I can do for years and years on end, and there's still new stuff to discover and new stuff to innovate and stuff. I'm an innovator. I'm a trendsetter. I'm not a trend follower. A lot of people have said that. I don't. Yeah.
Well,
So if I would pick like a few fields, like I'll just name a few. First of all, ethical hacking, as you mentioned.
hmm,
So I'll actually want to mention something about my computer, or like when I started, what was my state then. I'll get to that after this. So ethical hacking. Then we have data science, but the problem with data science and AI and machine learning is the maths background. Well, you failed in maths, but I haven't failed in maths yet. I'm actually considered a very good student. I was a good school student when I was doing school. I actually quit after the sixth grade. I stopped doing school after that, and I just studied for the O levels exam.
hmm,
So at the time, when I was trying to learn data science, I found out that there was a lot of maths background. So I did some initial certificates.
hmm,
Um, these are probably my six most prestigious ones that you can see here. I
hmm,
think the one at the top, that one was the first online certificate that I ever did, and it was for data science. It's called "What is Data Science" by IBM.
hmm,
Here I have a four course, I guess you could say, part or a specialization in this case,
hmm.
for data science that I've also done. But yeah.
Awesome, awesome. That's wonderful. That's really impressive. Thank you so much for showing us your credentials. Wonderful. Um, Now, you're working on cloud computing as well, right? Uh, what do you think, according to you, which cloud is better? Is it Google Cloud or is it Amazon Web Services or Azure or what have you? There are tons of others now popping up as well. What do you think?
Again, I would have rather not given my opinion on this, because again, as I said, programmers can be very judgmental and they can get very mad at you for
No, it's
silly
okay.
reasons
No
like this.
worries. This
But
is
okay,
uncensored
in
show.
my honest opinion, I've
Yeah.
actually worked with pretty much all four major cloud providers, a fifth one as well, OVH. I think it's a France cloud provider. I work with them for one of my freelance projects. So mainly you have Google Cloud, you have Amazon, you have or Amazon Web Services, you have Google Cloud Platform, you have Oracle or Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, and finally you have Azure. So that just Azure. I've worked on all four of them. I've actually had more experience working with GCP, so Google Cloud Platform, because I was trying to do a certification on that. But I would say that each cloud is actually good for a different thing. So I would say Oracle or OCI is good for databases. So they have a lot of database storage options and stuff. I would say even better than Amazon, personally. Amazon's like the best all-rounder, that's for sure. Like if you just want one cloud provider and you just want to do everything with them, I would say Amazon. It's a little bit more complicated than, let's say, Google Cloud to set up and stuff, but once you get the hang of it, it's much better. So you have Oracle for, your databases. You have Azure for their networking options. I love their networking options. They have such a wide variety. I love it. You have so then you have AWS. So that's like a good all-rounder. But at the same time, if I would pick one specific thing, it would probably be their variety of different services that they offer. They even have quantum computing platforms. So I would definitely suggest that if someone wanted to experiment with it and they didn't have like if they don't want to use a quantum computer simulator, they would definitely use that. Finally, we have, so that's GCP, that's Azure. You have Google Cloud. So Google Cloud probably for its simplicity. So if someone has like a simple web application or something, they just want to get deployed on there and just quickly as fast as possible, I'll probably say GCP is the easiest to manage and it's just simple. But my opinion on the best, in my opinion, I would probably say it's all four, because I'm actually okay. This one I have here. So this is a company called Aviatrix. Okay, I don't know if you can see it properly, but I'm actually Aviatrix certified. I'm an associate engineer. So what this is like a plugin, a third party plugin you can use in all four cloud computing services. And there are two main problems with cloud. One, it's hard to migrate and integrate two different cloud providers together or multiple ones. Second problem is their, well, lack of, I guess you could say, support. So like if you call them and then like there's a problem with your application on the server, and okay, the application is not working. No, there must be a problem at your end. Our servers are fine, but your server is the one that's wrong. Like when you actually go in and check it after, like, I don't know, 5 days, oh sorry, there's a problem in our server. So you can't rely on them themselves. It's not a feasible option, especially because of the size of their companies. And for some reason people don't like hiring customer support. Like, just hire more customer support people. Like, come on, man. uh, so the plugin, it offers you solutions to both of them. So first of all, you have a ping and trace route. Those are the basic options that it offers. For those who know, it's like, I guess you could say, a way for you to check that both sides of the connection are valid and that they're stable. Trace route is basically where you can trace the route that the data is going through, so you can check if it's reaching the proper destinations or waypoints or whatever. So it offers tools like that, and it doesn't disturb the privacy of the servers themselves or you as a customer, which is also very good. You also have the other benefit, which is the integration between both. So MCNA, or multi-cloud network architecture, is something that the certification itself very much I guess encourages you to use with the platform itself. It's an ability to integrate all four of them together. So you could do exactly what I said. You could leave all the networking to Azure. You could do all the databases with Oracle. You could do just your main services like compute instances or whatever, EC2s they call them in Amazon. You could do those there, and then you could just do like overall, I guess you could say, management or whatever from GCP. There are a lot of options for that. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. That's wonderful. Is there anything else before we head to the next segment of our show, which is sort of a surprise segment, and it's on a lighter note? Is there anything else that I didn't ask you and you wanted to share? You had something in mind that you wanted to share with us.
Okay, not sure if my dad mentioned this, but I'm actually, I guess you could say, a business owner. Okay, so I actually own a proper company. It's not licensed. It's like a freelance kind of company. So this company here, I basically called it. I can just send the link with you, right? If I send it through here. So I believe I actually just bought the domain recently. So it's called EAOnline .net. I couldn't find the .com domain.
Okay.
Uh, it should be here right now.
Yeah.
So if you go to this website, website. This is my actual website where I basically teach electronics. You have Arduino, you have programming. So this is kind of like my main business website where I get traffic from and where I earn money from. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. All right, I will. The Electron Academy. All right, I see it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Wonderful, great. There is Amna Memon official saying amazing. Thank you so much, Amna, for hopping on the show and appreciating our guest. Thank you so much. All right, so now it's the time for a segment. It's a surprise segment. We don't tell our guests beforehand. It's called U and Q. So U and Q for Qureshi. So you and me.
Mhm.
And in this, I'm going to ask you two multiple choice questions there.
Mhm.
And remember, this segment is totally on a lighter note. So we are done with the talk,
Okay. So.
and this is completely on a lighter note.
Mhm.
And so, and after these two multiple choice questions, there will be a rapid fire. I'm going to give you a word, and then you're going to respond back with whatever comes to your mind. All right, uncensored. All right,
Mhm. Okay.
sounds good. So, are you ready?
Okay. Yep. I'm ready.
Cool, cool, cool. You're smiling, so that's good. First question is that you have been casted as a hero in a movie that is being made in Pakistan, and now you're given a choice of selecting the heroines that are going to work beside you. So I'll give you five names. You will pick one from them: Sanam Baloch, Mavra, Myra Khan, Sabah Kamar, or Mehwish Khan.
I've only heard of one of them because I don't watch this kind of stuff, but Myra Khan, sure, why not?
Myra Khan. Okay, all right. That's good. At least you know somebody.
Mhm.
That's good. Second multiple choice question is you're still the hero in that movie, and you're given the option to pick a side hero to work beside you. I'll give you five names. I hope six names actually. I hope you heard some of them. Fawad Khan, Hamzali Abbasi, Ehsan Khan, Imran Abbas, Faisal Qureshi, or Shan.
Faisal Qureshi.
Faisal Qureshi. All
I watch
right.
his YouTube channel. It's fun.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Awesome. All right, so let's hop on the rapid fire. So the first word is home.
Home. Uh, Beauty, peace,
Peace,
quiet, work,
work.
um, I guess experimentation, beginnings. Yeah, I guess that's
Awesome,
enough.
that's good. Next word is tea.
What? Tea,
Tea,
like
chai.
the drink.
Yeah.
Ah, no. First
No,
thing.
no.
Uh, there's tasty, I guess.
Ah,
Um, I would probably say addict.
addict.
Uh, what else? Expensive. Some tea can be
Expensive.
very expensive.
Okay,
I guess one more. Golden leaves. So
golden.
golden leaf tea. Yeah, I guess.
That's good. You don't have to give multiple, like you can, but you're
Mhm,
not bound to give me multiple answers, but you can give me as much as you want.
mhm.
Next word is air that we breathe.
Yeah. Okay. Oxygen.
Oxygen.
I guess living. Yeah. So breathing. I guess fresh.
Ah,
Yeah.
awesome. That's good. Next word is horse. Horse.
Horse. Riding. Expert. I know horse riding. Um,
Awesome.
Fast. Um,
Fast.
Sand. I used to ride horses on the beach in Pakistan.
Mm.
Um, Saddles. Height, because I still
Right.
cannot sit on a horse on my own because I'm short. Yeah, that's it.
That's good. That's good. The next word is mountain.
Mountain. Snowy, tall. I believe there's a mountaineer lost on the mountain. I forgot his
Yes.
name, from Pakistan. I forgot his name. I would probably mention him here. Yeah.
Sadpara. Yes.
Mhm.
Biryani.
Yani. Tasty. Masala. Unhealthy. Um, takes a lot of time to cook. Just waste of time. Okay, that's
Waste
good.
of, waste of time. Overall is waste of time. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flower.
Flower. Unhealthy. Ghost. Um. Um. Racist.
Yes. Yes.
Um.
That's interesting.
Yep. That's it.
That's interesting way to put a flower. That's good. Spoon. Chamcha.
Okay. Spoon. Eat.
Eat.
Um. Long.
One.
Fall,
Fall. Yes.
um, fancy, something.
Fancy. Yeah.
Yep. I guess gold or no, mercury, because people
Mercury.
you had mercury stuff and it killed them. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Friend.
Friend.
Yeah.
Um, sad crying noises. Number one. Number two. Uh, annoying. Number three.
At times,
Bad
yes.
influence.
Uh,
Number four. Help me. Okay, that's it.
always. Always. Okay, that's good. Next word is neighbor. Person, actually, we call it. I'm not sure what is the word
Mhm.
in
Neighbor.
in English.
Okay. Don't know them. Uh, friendly.
Uh-huh.
In some case. Don't care.
Don't
Yeah.
care.
Let's leave it
You
at
don't
that.
care or
Yeah.
they don't care.
No, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Okay, that's good. That's good. Next word is love. Mohabbat.
Love. Parents.
Okay.
Um. Uh. Okay. Well, that's honestly the only thing that comes to mind. Parents. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Owl.
Owl. Smart. I've heard they're
Smart.
smart.
Mm.
Um. Now I don't know if there's a word for this, but they hear too much. So like, yeah, they can over. I catch conversations on my parents all the time, and they're like, "How did you hear? You're in the other room." And my ears are. I have long ears, I guess. So smart. There's that, and I guess one more. I would say racist again. Why not?
Okay. All right, that's good. Success.
Success. Hard, painful, rewarding.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Leader.
Leader. I would say the same. Hard, rewarding, but responsibility. Hardworking. Motivated. Yeah,
Boss.
a boss. Free will. Money. Um, health issues.
Mm.
Because yeah, pretty much it.
Good.
Uh,
Driver.
driver. Um, poor.
Poor.
Let's be honest. Poor. Um, I would say mentally happy.
Mm.
So then we would probably have sightseer.
Mm.
I mean, if you can drive, you probably just take
You
your
go
taxi to the
places.
northern
Yes.
areas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good. Next two words. Last two words are
Mhm.
one of them is dil, heart.
Heart. Uh, hard. Some people's
Hard.
hearts are hard. You have black, also kind of the same.
Mm.
Black hearts. Um, hearts. What else? Pink or red, as they're portrayed.
Mm.
Um, four. The number four comes to mind because you have two ventricles and two atriums. So the number four. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. 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 That's wonderful. And the last word is Pakistan.
Pakistan. Okay. Probably the most. This is why is this the hardest one? Um, huge,
Huge.
huge. Um,
As compared to
unexplored.
UAE, huge. Yes.
Mhm. Much bigger than the UAE. Yeah. Huge. Not huge. Unexplored. We
Unexplored.
haven't.
Yes.
My dad's been almost everywhere in all four provinces.
Nice.
Um, what else? China.
Mm.
We love China, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then probably just one more. Um, family. So like family members and stuff.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of social life there. I don't like social life. I like distancing myself from social life. I don't like at least Pakistan social life. I don't like it. I, I'll
Gossips
be honest.
and
I hate it.
gossips and backbiting and all those
Hate
kind
it.
of things, eh?
I hate it. Man.
Uh,
Like you just leave. Let's lead a simple life. That's why. I just like prefer not to involve in this kind of stuff. I just
awesome.
keep away. Just study. Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Great. So that concludes our segment UNQ. You did very well on this. You scored high on this. So thank you so much for doing it.
Mhm.
What would be your final message for the day about the topic today that we had? Mastermind of latest computer technologies, mental math skills, and anything else you want to add about the show. Thank you.
Overall, I would say the school system itself is very overrated, and that there are a lot of other options for that. I've done homeschooling for a while now. Focus on what you love, do what you love, spend as much time as you can on it, sacrifice your sleep. You just sweat, blood, toil, whatever those fancy words are that people put in sayings. Sacrifice all of it, just do what you love. Just if you have the motivation, you'll study even like 15 hours a day. You can do it, and then sleep less or whatever. It all depends on your circumstances. Some people are luckier; they can do what they love, and they have a lot of time to do it. I started at a very young age, so I guess I have that opportunity. But a lot of other people definitely don't. So just follow your passion, make time for it, and hopefully, just God willing, you will succeed. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. Well, thank you so much on behalf of Dreams Television, the Aijaz Qureshi Show, myself, my entire team who helps me run this show, all those viewers who have watched us on Twitch television channel as well as on YouTube channel live and commented, taken part in the show, or all those viewers who will be watching our show as a recording at a later time according to their time zones. Thank you so much for hopping on the show and sharing your wealth of knowledge. We wish you best of luck in your future.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Our viewers, that was our young fellow, great human being, Husayn Zain Gokal, all the way from Dubai, UAE, that was talking about his mastermind skills. And I'm really impressed by the knowledge and the depth that he has in what he is doing. Thank you so much for being part of this great historical show, friends. This is your host, Aijaz Qureshi, saying goodbye. Until next time, take care of yourself and people around you. Assalamu alaikum.